Watching. We're going to be doing our end of day for Friday, Black Friday, November 29th, 2024. Let's get started off with GU. Daily swing is bullish. Daily internal is also bullish. I mean, it's bearish. 4-hour swing, 4-hour leg is bearish. Price is actually bullish for our session, right? Because our session starts right around in here. So technically, this 4-hour leg is now up to here. And let's see if there was any trades available. So price opened up, order flow shift downside, another sub break, price didn't come back. Retracement, break to the sub again. This is like an arguably, what kind of break is this? You could have theoretically looked for a sell though. Won't discount it. Well, let's take a look because you also had an order flow shift to the upside. So let's see. All right, so price was going up. No momentum, no entry. Then we had an order flow shift to the upside right here, and no momentum, no entry. But I think we counted this as a valid loss because technically it fit the plan, right? Reaction came in, entry candle would have been up here. Let's take another look. Reaction came in, you would have entered here. I wouldn't have, because it was just an order flow shift and it barely broke. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but we counted that as a valid loss. And that was it for GU. Let's head down to USD CAD. Daily swing is bullish. Daily internal is also bullish. 4-hour is the same as daily internal. Prices retracing back in. Our session started right around here, right? This point forward. So this was an interesting trade. I think a few people in our community ended up taking it. I did not. I couldn't justify an entry, and I was a bit confused, so I decided to just stay away. So we had an order flow shift to the upside, right over here. Price came in, retraced back. This is clear on the 10-minute that you can see price is coming in, sweeping liquidity, broke to the upside. This isn't a flip. This is a 10-minute POI. Well, it's a 15-minute POI that's clear on the 10. Price came in. You could have entered on this candle. You would have gone break even on this break here, and then you would have been stopped out for break even here. There's an argument that can be made that you could have potentially re-entered right in here and considered this engineered inducement. Me personally, I didn't want anything else to do with it ever since we swept this high right here and this one, because to me all liquidity was taken out. But you would have had a 4-hour winner. And then after that, price didn't retrace back into anything. At least not anything in our session, right? Moving on. EU, daily swing is bearish. Daily internal is also bearish. 4-hour, I'm sure you can guess, bearish. Price is retracing back up to the 4-hour bearish extreme. Our session started right around here. And price was just making lower lows. So potentially you could have looked at in here. Could have looked at. Could have potentially even looked at here. Could have looked at here. So let's take a gander. And you know what else? You could have also looked at it this. So now that I'm looking at it, I'd like to think that there must have been some kind of trade available, right? With all these sub breaks and whatnot. All right, let's take a gander. So 15-minute flip, right? Last reaction that broke to the low, price came in. Is there a last point of inducement up here? No, there isn't. right? Last point of inducement would be right here, but no POI, nothing valid. Not crazy for nothing. Over here, price is coming in. No EID, no LID. Last POI. Extreme POI refinement looks like shit, so no trade there. Moving on. Price broke again to the downside. Retraced back up. This would have been considered what you could have been looking at here. You could have considered this as MID. Then what would your refinement be? Let's say this was your refinement. Didn't really quite tap in there, but let's say you call it a refinement though. R is not there, so no trade. And then lastly, price broke to the downside again, retraced back up. You could have looked to enter in that POI, and that momentum candle, I mean. Cover the high. R is not there, so no valid trades. Don't want to delete the higher time frame POI. And lastly, AU. Daily swing is bullish. Daily internal is bearish. 4 hour is bearish. Yep, 4 hours bearish right here. We're operating in this leg. Let's go ahead and mark out our extreme. See, when it's a 4 hour leg and you're taking out basically a quarter of the leg just by the POI, that's when you can kind of, go on the 1 minute, not the 1 minute, the 1 hour, maybe 2 hour. Try to clean it up a little bit. So see, like in this case, the 1 hour looks the best. So I'm just going to do the 1 hour. Was there a trade available? Well, our session started right around here, this point forward. We had an order flow shift to the downside, sub break. You could have potentially looked to get in on a sell right in here. Then we had an order flow shift to the upside, order flow shift to the downside. Then we had another sub break here, and then we had another order flow shift to the upside. And then from this point forward, we would totally discount all price. So let's take a look at these POIs and see if anything was worth the dang. All right, so on the sell, last point of inducement, you could have entered there. R is not there though. Yeah, I'm looking at 2R. On the buy, price came in, swept right through it, no entry. So that's it. Peace.